Disappointing to not get the sweep, but how do you feel like you guys did overall on the weekend?
Just good, not great. Yeah, it's disappointing, We're right there. We've got pieces that are there, and we're just not able to turn a good team into a great team yet, and that's what it is required. You got to have really sustained efforts on weekends to win 3 games. We're winning series, which is great. Can't complain. And yet we haven't been able to, with our youth, take that next step forward. And it's on the coaches. We got to figure out a way to be able to get these guys to where they can lock in and finish a weekend when it's a good weekend and turn it into a great weekend. We haven't been able to do that yet, but we also can't be too salty the fact that we won another Pac-12 weekend, and that's a real plus.
Is there one element of your play today that you were most frustrated by or disappointed in, anything like that?
I didn't think our offense showed up to play.
What do you feel like are some of those steps that could take you guys to that sustained success for 3 days on a weekend?
Boy, that's a good question. I didn't feel like our offense showed up to play today at the level that they're capable of, which was frustrating. They had a guy, go out there and pitch well for them, which credit to him. We had some opportunities we didn't capitalize on, and in Pac-12 weekends, you're probably going to need to capitalize on the opportunities that you have because you don't get a ton of them in Pac-12 weekends.
Sider hit a couple batters, obviously, but his stuff looked good for the most part. What were you seeing from him today?
7 innings, 1 hit. He did good. He did lose a little bit of command. He hit a guy, their leadoff hitter, with a 1-2. Hit by pitch. We weren't even going in on him, so he's frustrated with that one. But we there were 2 runs on the board. They won by 2, and there were 2 defensive miscues that cost us 2 runs. So.
What do you think that Watson did so well to kind of neutralize your guys' bats?
I got to watch the tape. I'm not sure.
Where do you feel like I know you've been switching up the orders a couple of times the last couple of days. Just do you feel like you're finding a more neutral ground with that and being able to run out the same 9 guys out there?
Well, I don't know that we're going to run the same 9 guys out there. We've got more than 9 guys that are good. And so, there's probably going to be a little bit of a revolving door with some of the guys that are, sticking their head up out of the hole. And Dominic Hellman, he had a home run today. He had a couple at-bats, and he's given us production, which is great for Dom. For the most part, the majority of the guys will be mainstays in the order. I think we'll get Casella back here in the next week, which will probably be good. That'll give us a boost. He's been out with an injury. But nevertheless, just good, not great.
Mercado's looking good as the setup or the closer guy. How do you feel about him as that role right now moving forward?
He's been pitching very well.
The Casella, I was going to ask you about that. Is he just working back? He's coming close to being able to play?
Yep.
What do you think of Brock Moore next to get him back out there at the mound?
Should have had a 0. Didn't play defense behind him. He's throwing 98 miles an hour, and it was great to have him back on the field. It's going to be a big lift for us moving forward to have a guy that good in the back end of the game pitching for us. So that was a real positive on the day.
For Dom at first, these are 2 straight games where he's played there. He's had a couple errors.
Yeah.
Just the decision-making process to go and put Walshy in right instead of having Helmet DH and throw arrows out there. What goes into that?
There's a lot that's going into it right now. A lot of it is just who's healthy bodies and who's available to play.